yesterday like? How the defense do? Did you think?
Defense did well, I think. I think we came out and we executed fine. A couple of mistakes that we have to make, a couple of mistakes that we have to correct, and things that we have to fix. But overall, I think it was a good performance.
Jeremy, you guys finally have some clarity on how long Deshaun is going to be out for sure now, 11 games. So, what do you think about that, and what is sort of the vibe on the team at this point?
Yeah, I don't think anything changed in reference to the vibe of the team. We were always set on focusing on the now, focusing on those things that we can control. And that's always been the focus. His business is the things that he's worried about, but the team is always behind him. The team has his back. So nevertheless, the vibe doesn't change, the energy doesn't change, and we're all always focused on the now. So.
Was there relief on the team that at least now you know what the situation is going to be?
Like I said, the vibe didn't change, so yeah.
Do you feel like all of your goals are still in front of you guys? Are kind of have a Super Bowl caliber roster. Do you feel like that's still achievable at this point?
Yes, to put simply, absolutely.
How well have you gotten to know Jacoby? How do you think he'll handle stepping into that big role?
Well, if you ever took a peek over there, Jacoby is the locker room right beside mine. So we have a lot of good conversations in reference to on the field, off the field. But a smart guy, intelligent guy, and has just the capability to take us where we need to be.
With the defense in general, I mean, watching you guys out there, you seem like you're talking, having so much fun. We've seen that throughout the offseason. I guess just having another year together, how has your bond grown as a unit? And do you think I guess how high is your ceiling? If you
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
The more time that we spend with each other, the more that our team chemistry builds, and the defense is able to trust each other. That's a big thing. As you walk around the facility, all you see is team, and that's something on the defense that we try to push. That's something for the team we try to push. So yeah.
Hey, Jeremiah, there's a lot of chatter outside the building about whether or not Jacoby can be the guy for 11 games. What gives you the confidence that he is that guy?
Oh, again, I mean, he's shown improved in practice. He's shown improved, and the things that he's done in his career. Again, for me, we have to focus on what we can focus on. I know of what I've seen and things like that. So my confidence in him is high, and it's only him that can do the things that he does. So.
These joint practices that you guys are going through, just how beneficial are they as far as getting in tangible work and not certainly preseason is important. Don't want to minimize that, but you're at the mercy of the flow of the preseason game as far as situations and things like that. So just the advantages of being able to go against another team and at the same time work on specific situations that you individually and as a defense want to work on.
It's a great opportunity. I mean, you get to play another team outside of yourself, and you get to compete. And that's where it comes down to. You get to see new looks, you get to see new offense, a new certain speed, new certain players on the field. So it's always a good thing when you get a variety of differences to be able to judge yourself and to be able to test yourself. So.
I mean, along those lines, preseason playing time is always so wonky, depending on what coaches want to do and things like that. Just to have another team here and have it be in a controlled environment that the starters are getting all these reps together. How important is that?
Well, like I said, I mean, again, it's important to have that experience before you get to game time and those games start to count. And that's something that we don't take for granted. So we spend a lot of time, whether it's even preparing like it's a game-like situation, to be able to even study some of the film that they have and study some of the games that they have went through and some of the schemes that they have, and that's really prepared us, and I think it'll show improved. So.
Jalen Hurts, what stood out about him?
Yeah. Well, I mean, he's a patient guy. He's a guy that will look you off. He's patient with his feet. He's able to use his feet, as we all know. I think they ran a draw yesterday. He's not even hitting, but I think they ran a draw. I was like, oh, what's going on? But nevertheless, he's a guy that understands the game and has a wide knowledge of the subject. So.
I know you guys made multiple plays on defense yesterday, but the one that Jacob made that big, what stood out to you? Looked like he was able to get really deep down the field to make that play.
Yeah, well, the longer he was holding the ball, the more that Jacob was able to, propel himself to get in the right position. And that was a great play by Jacob. I told him, I said, hey, man, where you get that from, man? Where you say that from? But, nah, it's a great play, man.
We talk about your guys' athleticism, right? Was that just another example of kind of the ground you guys can cover?
Yeah, as time goes on, as he continues to play, he's showing himself improved. So, I mean, that's that's the problem. I'm like, oh, man, this dude, man. Again, that was a great play. So, I can only speak on, the things that I see, and that was a phenomenal look. It was a phenomenal read by him, and to know that it was a nice feel. He's starting to feel the game in a great way, so that's always good for the team.
What
Do you
challenges
feel like
did the Eagles offense present?
Say again.
What challenges did the Eagles offense present?
Well, they got a good amount of skill. They got a lot of guys on there that can run, beautiful route runners, and again, they have a quarterback that leads, and the team is only as good as its leaders, and it's only as good as its bench players, as we all know. But in reference to what they have and what we've experienced from the first day, they have a lot of guys that can get after it.
How close do you think, just collectively as a unit, there just seems so much chemistry on your side of the ball, so just how close to being ready are you guys collectively as a defense to being ready?
Yeah. As competitors, for right now, it's not even season yet, and not necessarily near the season, not like it's like next week or anything. So we wouldn't even categorize ourselves as ready. I think anybody would say, hey, we still have a lot to go. We still have a lot to do. We've made progress, and we continue to make progress, but we're trying to be that best defense, and to do that, we have to focus each and every day on progressing, getting that 1%, 2%, however much we can get for that day. So that's where we're at.
It seemed like from go ahead, Tom. Okay, no, it just seemed like from watching that Building the Browns episode that you and Jacob like to talk on the sidelines. I guess was he giving you a hard time that he got a takeaway before you or anything like that? That he got the first takeaway?
He always chatting, but nah, he wasn't giving me no stuff. But he's a competitor. He's a guy that we talk junk all the time. All the linebackers talk junk. You should see us in the meet. But it's a competition. But it's also, we understand it's a unity, it's a brotherhood. So if he makes a great play, we made a great play.
I mean, it seems like common sense, but that stuff where you're able to talk to these guys and kind of trash talk each other and joke around. Like, how helpful is that when you get out on the field in actual games to have those relationships?
Yeah, well, it's a balance. I mean, we have both. We trash talk each other and we uplift each other at the same time. So we're able to find that balance, and that allows us, again, to get on the field where somebody else is talking trash to us, or somebody else from another team we may know, and they may try to, hey, good play. It's the same type of ordeal. It's almost like a simulation of what we're going to see. So.
How much talking did you guys do yesterday during practices?
Oh yeah. Well, to each other we did a lot of talking. We try not to talk that much to the other team. We have the slogan, no bark, I'll bite. So we try to growl a little bit, but not necessarily bark. So.
Yeah, when you're having real talks with Jacoby, what kind of wisdom has he imparted on you that you've taken to heart?
Yeah, I mean, he's almost like one of the elders in the locker room. At least for me, he's sitting right there. I may speak to him about things in reference to just everyday life, in terms of like the balance that I'm always talking about. And he's experienced a lot of people, and he talks about how similar I may be to this guy that he's met, or hey, this is what you can do different, or hey, when you make a mistake, do this, and certain things like that. I mean, he's very detailed in his approach, as you can kind of see his routine.
It gives off like that calming vibe. Is that what you detected?
Yeah, look, speaking of, I really want to pull him over here. Hey, Jacoby! Yeah, so again, Jacoby, I mean, he's the guy that we look to for that elder wisdom, and he's like one of the, what do they call the shamans? He has the the wisdom that we're all trying to get. But no, he's a great guy, of course.
What are you looking most forward to Sunday when you first get back to the stadium?
Well, we're looking for the fans to get out there and scream. We're trying to look for, a higher energy, of course. We're looking for execution from the defensive side and the offensive side. And again, we're looking to always, anytime we step on the field and we have the Cleveland Browns in our jersey, we're always looking to win.